Hello, MGTOW. Hello, men. This is Howard Dare. Thanks for stopping by. So today, I want to talk about hardworking men versus entitled elite women, or the battle that nobody talks about. So essentially, I'm welcoming you to another episode of the reality that nobody ordered, but everybody is living. Talking about hardworking men and elite entitled women who look down on them while sipping $12 oat milk lattes and posting about emotional labor. If you're a man who works with his hands, sweats through his shirt, and builds the world while being lectured by women who can't reset a Wi-Fi router, this one's for you. The blueprint of the hardworking man. Talking about men who wake up before the sunrise. Work boots, steel-toed boots. Coffee in hand, aching from the work he did the day before. Whether he's pouring concrete, fixing engines, programming in a cubicle, he works. He doesn't complain much because he's too busy. He's too tired to whine and complain. He's got dirt under his nails, calluses on his palms, and a tax bracket that doesn't come with family lawyers. And what does he get in return? You're toxic. You're emotionally unavailable. Well, he was available at 2 a.m. when the pipes burst and he had to fix them. He was available when 3 a.m. there was a sound outside of the house and he had to go out there and make sure the house was safe, even though, he's working 12 hours a day. He was available when you locked yourself out of your Tesla. He was emotionally available until you told him that he was toxic. These are good men. These are men who work hard. These are men who don't complain. And our society spits on them, looks down on them, castigates them, so that a young woman can act like she's earned something that she hasn't. So let's talk about her, okay? She majored in liberal arts, romantic poetry of 17th century England. Her Instagram bio shows a picture of somebody with purple and red and green hair and facial piercing. She considers herself an empath. She's got feminine energy. She's very spiritual. She believes that manual labor is beneath her, unless it's like, yoga, right? Manifesting abundance. She demands a six-figure man while working 12 hours a week, running a crystals and vibes online store, right? She sells crystals and t-shirts. She tells blue-collar guys they're oppressors while living off of her dad's trust fund and using poor people as an aesthetic for her TikToks. She's very concerned about the immigrants, right? She really wants to help them, right? But the veterans who've lost a limb in her own neighborhood, she sneers at it. Her dream man is a man with a yacht and $1 million. And when she gets upset, he cries with her, and he dedicates his resources to lifting up women. That's what he does. But who's the man that actually built that yacht? Who's the man who can actually sail that yacht? This guy's not even worthy of being spoken to. So he feels like garbage. And that's what the men are dealing with. Now, what we're looking at is the collision of these two worlds. Hardworking men who have never been given a break in their lives, who don't complain, who don't expect anything, who expect to work until they die, right? Like there's no such thing as retirement. And this is versus, this is dealing with entitled female princesses who no work experience, no hard life experience, no leadership experience, just merely the indulgence of their emotional whims. And don't be thinking that, the men don't fall into this trap either, because, as they're told, men and women are equal. They are the same. So if she gets to pitch a fit and whine and cry and make a spectacle of herself, then the young men get to look at that and think, well, that's just normal human behavior. Of course, it's certainly not. Occasionally, we cross paths. The hardworking man who's a plumber, gets called to the house of the elite entitled woman, right? And he has to work on, her pipes. Okay. So, maybe they're both on the same dating app, right? Maybe these two people, maybe they have some similar friends and they both go to, the same party Or maybe she got a flat tire and he just happened to be walking by on the street and she's like standing there, looking at her truck and crying. And he's just like, yeah, fine, I'll help you out. But other than that, she doesn't even see him. We are invisible men. She looks at him like he's dangerous, like he has to be avoided until she needs his help. So how do you think that makes the men feel, right? The men are out there and they're killing themselves to live, to make the world a better place. And the very people that they're doing it for, the very people that they're helping, the very people who couldn't get by without them, the very people who build the structures, the institutions, and the foundations which govern their lives, they think these people are worthless. It's hard. It's hard to maintain your motivation, okay? And it's worse than that. Because not only do they think that the men are worthless, they think the men are unworthy of human compassion and decency and justice. That's what this is. It's a moral preemptive attack to set up the physical attacks. It's how it always works. Why the men are going MGTOW, okay? What choice does the man have? He's in a completely different world, okay? He works as a physical beast of burden. The hard and difficult and emotional things that happen to him, like water off his back, he doesn't even count them. The truly unjust, unfair things that happens to him, he bears it with dignity and grace and strength as an example to the others who might be looking to him and who might be facing the hard times of their own, so that they can look and they can say, that man over there did it. I can do it too. So time passes, right? She starts to lose her looks. She starts hitting the wall. She realizes that, she had known this good man, but, he was a construction worker and he wasn't emotionally available and he was kind of crude and he wasn't like one of her girlfriends. So she's 35 and the guy on the yacht just slept with her, right? And he's ghosted her. He won't even call her. Her spiritual guru, right? He has stolen her incense and her life's savings. And now that her looks are fading and she realizes that, her attitude is toxic, now she's ready for a real man. But is the real man ready for her? Hell no. He's already gone, probably out in the woods, fishing, sipping coffee, not arguing about tone or emotional labor. Maybe he's dating a nice down-to-earth Christian woman. Maybe he's single, chilling, saving up his money. Either way, he's not coming back to that. So you're going to be seeing a lot of 30-year-old women, 30-ish-year-old women that are financially well off and have a secure job and a career, but have the emotional maturity of, a 10-year-old, a 12-year-old. And while they're spending 10 hours a day on their looks and spending 70% of their income on their looks and appeasing their ego, you're a beast of burden. You're somebody who can work through hell itself. You're somebody who's been tested and forged in the fire, right? The hell what are you going to do with this girl? Be her domestic servant? There's nothing for you to do. You think like, we're going to have sex. It's like, it's not going to be worth it, It's not all that you think it is. It's not all that it's cracked up to be, right? So you build the world. You build the house. You lay the pipes. And the world gaslights you into thinking that you're toxic until the world itself falls apart. That's what you're witnessing. And what is the smart man supposed to do? I'll tell you, it's no fun being bitter and being angry and thinking about all that we have lost, okay? No, we're just done. That's all. Just go your own way. Take care of your own things, You've got women who think, elite means entitled with double standards. And the men don't get to be treated like human beings. Now, some of the guys out there are saying, I don't care as long as I get laid. I don't care. And I believe them. But I also kind of know that they do care, that after they've done what they really want to do, it's ugly. It's unfair, right? It's just a double standard, okay? So the men are done being domestic servants for no reward. And you know what? It's not weakness. It's clarity. It's freedom. It's MGTOW. Now, go get something to eat, go to your job, earn your living, and remember, you're not broke. You're not broken. You're just not interested in babysitting an adult child in high heels. Let me know what you think about this in the comments section below. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, donate. Find my Cash App donation link. Help me out over there on Cash App. I'm just trying to save up a little bit of money so that I can go out and find a job. I just got to take care of a few things up front. And join me again, Howard Dare, as I plan to have more content for you. Thank you, MGTOW.